Could you just give me those federally chartered, oh, what are they called again? Oh, entities? Oh, I just wanted to know how the property was titled. Yes. Now, I put a screen print in the actual email today. Yeah. And I thought it was important because there's what's known as fraud in the Green Book. Individual states, yes. See, managing fraud risks in federal programs. The Green Book defines fraud as obtaining something of value, yes, through willful misrepresentation. Whether an act is fraud is determined is a determination to be made through the judicial or other adjudicative system beyond management's professional responsibility for assessing risk. Waste is the act of using or expending resources carelessly, extravagantly, or to no purpose. Yeah. Abuse involves behavior that is deficient or improper when compared with behavior that a prudent person considers reasonable and necessary in operational practice given in facts and circumstances. This includes the misuse of authority or position for personal gain or for the benefit of another. Waste and abuse do not necessarily involve fraud or illegal acts. Yes. Now, these principle number 8 of the Green Book, yes, management to consider the potential for fraud when identifying, analyzing, and responding to risks. Now, let's look at some fraud. Pooch. This is fraudulent. Yes, it is. The RCWs necessary to issue a protection order were violated. In the process of issuing it, you actually served me in the Squim Public Library with a belief, yes, that there's a possibility, yeah, that I had a weapon. You put public safety, yes, at considerable possible, yes, harm. Now, when you do not attempt service from June 1st to June 12th, yes, even though the RCW say that you do have to, and then you scheduled court hearing 48 days later, yes, you said that you attempted service on me twice, but you had no problem serving me after you had issued it right now. Now, I know that Port Angeles, Squim, and Port Townsend, yes, as well as the state of Washington and every state of the United States, is required to enforce your fraud because fraud was used to issue a court order. Now, that means that all the federal programs, yes, that you receive some monies from are not being given the actual truth about what states are doing. Yes. See the full faith and credit provisions of the VAWA? Yes. The Parental Kidnapping Protection Act? Yes. The jurisdiction of the United Nations? Ouch. The subversive activities? The conspiracy and hate crimes? Ouch. The forgeries of Heidi Lee Budner? Right. And then there's the abuse and neglect of my sons. Now, this fraud of federal programs because of your obstructing of my right to sue you, Clallam County. And then you're obstructing of my right to sue Jefferson County. And now you're obstructing my right to sue every county. Yes. And now the state of Washington is obstructing my right to sue every state of the United States. Now you're defrauding federal programs of money. Yes. Now, the act of using or expending resources carelessly, extravagantly, yes, or to no purpose. It is careless for this state to not consider the amount of federal money that is given to every state of the United States. Now, I spent the last 3 years and 10 months emailing each and every state of the United States. And the sheriff said I was a mentally ill man. I'm not mentally ill for knowing I wasn't in Squim, Washington. I am not mentally ill for knowing that I was sitting in front of the Masonic Temple on June 16th of 2017. Now, it's obvious to me that a lot of the damages that each state is going to experience, yes, for refusing Washington state to remove their fraud from the courts, is going to affect the federal payments they would receive to supporting their individual states. And that means that all of the money that, you mean the corporate assets, of those entities that are corporations. Because I have emailed Seattle. I did email the Washington State Supreme Court. Yes. I did document in the emails. That's why I use emails. See, a lot of you said, well, why don't you call? Why don't you just call us? Let me give you how the telephone call goes. Hello, my name is Paul. Yes. I'd like to report fraud, kidnapping, and hate crimes. Oh. Well, do you have any evidence of that? Well, I could email you the evidence. See, that's how the telephone call goes. I call somebody, yes, and they ask me, do I have any evidence? Pooch. I provide the evidence 3 million times, and for some reason,